Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Collector's Edition Captain Boomerang. It's of course brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, and out of the entirety of this most recent Collector's Edition wave, I think dollar per dollar, you're getting the best bang for your buck with this guy. Which is crazy because he is not the most popular character out of the wave. I would argue that's either Starfire and I guess the Penguin, but I feel like there's a bigger following for Starfire than, I don't know, a chubby rich guy that's obsessed with birds and fights with an umbrella. So with that being said, we got right to the chase and get into meat and taters of this review and take a look see at all Captain Boomerang has to offer in terms of accessories. Starting off with the collectible trading card. Does have a picture of him on the front there. There's a bio on the back, but again, just like Starfire and the Penguin, while Captain Boomerang may not be the most popular character, he was in the Suicide Squad movie. Alright, he's been in the cartoons a time or two. He's a Flash rogue most of the time when he's not running around with the Suicide Squad. So it's not like people don't know who this character is. He's Australian, so I call him Captain Boomerang. Gotta say it like that. You can't say Captain Boomerang. Gotta say Captain Boomerang. Or just straight up Boomer. Because that's funny, right? We're mature here. But, yeah. Not gonna bust out the reader for that one. So, with that being said, though, he does come with some alternate hands. And unlike everyone else, it seems, he gets the full sets of hands. He's got 2 open hands. He's got 2 fist hands on him currently. And he's got 2... Granted, they're freaking trigger finger hands, but he does have 2 grip hands. So in case you wanted to give him one of his boomerangs, which he does come with not 1, but 2 of those, you could do that. Pull one of them out here. Just pop it in like so. And there you go. That said, he also comes with this very nice pleather trench coat, which is pretty thick material. I'm not gonna lie, it's not like the Mezco 1/12 Collective Ghost Rider where that pleather felt rather thin. I will say, because it is quite thick, it does look pretty big on him. A little out of proportion there. Although his coat sometimes is baggy, so that kind of works. But yeah, it's a good piece, but it is very big on him. It is a tight fit though, so you at least don't have that going for you. That said, it does hinder the articulation, so I took the liberty of taking it off for the majority of this review so we could look at his articulation. He does have a cloth scarf too, and the hockey puck display stand we've seen with all McFarlane Toys releases. That one had a little silver DC logo on it. But the scarf is fine. Kind of feels like a sock, but it works. I like the head sculpt though. And again, kind of like the Penguin, if you miss the DC Classics version of this guy, this is pretty close. I mean, he's got a little bit more tactical stuff going on, but, you know, I think it works. He does use some of the parts from Grifter, I think the legs and the arms in particular. But I think that's okay. Personally, I would have rather have seen him use one of the more bare bucks, just so you could get more range with the coat on, but I get it. It's not how he rolls. So as far as articulation goes, his head will rotate back and forth, up and down as much as the scarf will allow. He does have some tilt too. Shoulders will go out, back down. They will rotate all around. They will move forward and back a little bit. He's got a bicep twist, double elbow. Got ball hinge wrists, so you can rotate, and hinge. It does have a diaphragm joint, which works okay. It's a little bobbly on mine, but not that bad. It does have a waist twist as well. Hips will kick forward a little bit. I'm trying to mess something up there. Kick forward a little bit, back a little bit. They'll kick out. Back down. He does have a generous thigh cut in there. All things considered, he does have a double knee. He does have rotation with a rocker, a toe joint, and a hinge in the foot. So why don't we try and get this coat on? I will say you will want to use the butterfly joints to do this. Make life a little easier for you. But all you gotta do is, I'd say pop the hands off, but ain't nobody got time for that. So we're just gonna shove this thing on and hope for the best. At one point, when do these stop being action figures and become dolls, though? I mean, really, we're literally dressing up a freaking Australian man in a miniature leather jacket. This is a little ridiculous. At some point, somebody's going to be like, you know, that's stupid. I will say, the shoulders are not the tightest, at least not on mine, as far as that hinge joint goes, so getting his arms to stay down is a little tricky, especially with the bulkiness of the coat in the way there. But yeah, you kind of have to rotate the arm within the sleeve, and then you can bend it down a little. Like, that's as far down as I can get that arm. Once I do that, maybe. Yeah, it just doesn't really want to sit down, so that's the best you're gonna get. So the best thing to do would be to bend the elbows a little bit and rotate the biceps in, just to kind of get them down towards his sides. That's the only downside with like soft goods as bulky as this. They look okay, but they do come off a little big, and it's a little tricky to put his arms down. So not exactly Scarecrow as far as having the arms stuck out to the side, or the Jesus Christ pose, whatever you want to call it, but not the best. Not the best. But I will say, out of the wave, I think he's probably the best bang for your buck. So there's that. That said, with all that being said, we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here's good old Captain Boomerang, alongside the other figures available in this DC Multiverse Collector's Edition wave. You have good old Corey, aka Starfire, and good old Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin. And I've said it throughout the entirety of these reviews, but I'm going to say it again. Captain Boomerang is value per dollar, best figure this wave. I mean, these two are no slouches as far as characters people want, but I feel like they did a little bit better on Captain Boomerang here because he is the most obscure of the three, despite the fact that, again, Suicide Squad, Flash Villain, the whole 9 yards. Getting them out of here. So we can bring in our two regulars. Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibolith. Just dropping his club again. There we go. Right there. And the infamous 11 Spawn, who, as usual, I'm going to double check with him because he's like an average sized dude, towers over everyone. So with that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and I have to stand by my previous statement in saying that good old Captain Boomerang here is the best figure from this most recent Collector's Edition wave. Value per dollar, you get the most with old Boomer here, and that kind of sucks that we can't get three figures that feel like we're getting our money's worth, while instead just getting one. Now, I will say that out of the entirety of the Collector's Edition line, that the Who is Wonder Woman figure is probably the best, because she came with, what, 3 weapons, 3 sets of hands, and a lasso made out of real thread. But this guy's a close second to that. And if you're a fan of this character, then he is a definite must-have. He'll look great with the Flash family and hopefully the inevitable comic book-inspired Suicide Squad. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.